So you got some room?
Not really. I don't have room to bring my foot across between the table and the couch. Hey everybody, welcome back to an episode of The 3 Count. I am War Machine MJ. That's Rodimus Prime, and we are the 3 Count Mafia. And today we're going to be talking about the network stuff for this week.
Yes.
After that god-awful Raw.
I don't think we need to talk about Monday Night Raw any more than we have to.
Oh no, let's talk about Monday Night Raw for a little bit, because something I thought about the other night is this really contributes to the bad wrestling versus boring wrestling debate.
Yeah.
Because if it's bad, like Monday Night Raw was, well, you saw how the last episode of 3 Count turned out.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's boring wrestling, well, the review community would be dead.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people who don't like boring wrestling, so to speak. But unlike last Monday night, I mean, there are no other words to describe last Monday night. So, like we said, we are here to talk about the network version of 3 Count, NXT 205 Live and NXT UK. I almost said 205 UK.
205 UK. I would watch the shit out of that.
That would actually be pretty good.
And its lead star, Will Ospreay.
Yes.
All right. Anyway, well, we started with 205 Live, and we started the show off with Mike Kanellis versus the Scottish Supernova, Noam Dar.
Yeah. Maria Kanellis, as she likes to call herself, the First Lady, was on commentary.
It's kind of awkward when she delivers that line.
Yeah.
Because as soon as she says First Lady, she pauses.
And I just be like, the First Lady of what?
Well, it's like she wants to say something else, but she's having to stop herself.
Yeah, because when she was in Impact or TNA, whatever you want to call it, she called herself the First Lady of Professional Wrestling. Now that they're back in WWE, it's just the First Lady. So I'm just like, the First Lady of what?
I feel like she wants to say WWE, but she's having to pump the brakes.
Yeah.
That way she doesn't get chewed out. Yeah.
But anyway, Mike Kanellis, I guess one half of this duo, this thing they got with TJP, they have the little beef with Lucha House Party, but he had to turn his focus to Noam Dar. Turned out to be a pretty good match. Mm-hmm. And during the match, Lucha House Party, speaking of them, actually came out there and served a distraction. Because of that,
well, no, Lince Dorado and Grand Metalik provide the distraction.
Yeah.
While Mike was popping out of the ring to yell something at Maria, Kalisto came up and kicked him in the face.
Yeah.
And then Kanellis turned around right into the Nova Rolla and 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and Maria was not happy. So we would see them again later on in the show.
Again, this kind of fuels the debate of, are Lucha House Party really faces?
I say they are.
Because, I mean, okay, on 205 Live they're faces, but on Raw, it's not looking so hot.
I think they're faces on both shows, because, I mean, look who they're pretty much squashing every Monday night. Do we need to rehash that again?
Yeah, but it's really unfair. They're going 3-on-2.
Yeah, but in 205 Live's case,
it's still 3-on-2.
It's still 3-on-2. So at least they have some competition to where I guess you can say they're on an even playing field. They don't have to go out there and squash two people.
Yeah,
like they do Monday night.
Well, that might change come next week. Anyway, it was announced next week that's going to be Mike Kanellis and TJP against 2/3 of the Lucha House Party in a tornado tag match.
I thought it was all members.
Might have been all members.
Well, just to backtrack, TJP was in the locker room with Drake Maverick, Mr. I Like to Pee on Myself. And he basically said, why do I not have a Cruiserweight Championship match? I'm the first ever Cruiserweight Champion. I deserve a championship match. In walks in Mike and Maria Kanellis. They talk about their beef with Lucha House Party. They and TJP kind of start jaw-jacking back and forth. And Maria's like, wait a minute. Let's not forget, you have this little deal with me, you, and Mike. We're the ones helping you out. And he was like, yeah, you're right. So she basically shut him up, and he aligned himself back with them. And so that's how we got this match.
What really doesn't make sense about this bit was TJP said to Maverick, he said, "I'm done with the Lucha House Party."
Yeah.
But then the Canellis roll up and he's like, "Gotta fight the Lucha House Party again? Okay, I'm game."
Yeah. It's basically like, for example, it's like being in a relationship. It's like, oh, I'm done with you. Then...
DTF.
Yeah, DTF. Okay, I'll be there in like 20 minutes. So technically you're not done.
Yeah. Next up we had the return of Hideo Itami. Respect me!
He pretty much kept saying that throughout the whole match.
Are you kidding me? That's been his
I mean, I know.
his thing.
I'm just saying, like, he kept saying it throughout the whole match.
Anyway, he took on some jobber named Levy Cruz.
Yeah, basically.
That's a cool name, I won't lie.
Yeah. But anyway, out comes Arya Daivari.
Well, after Itami won.
Yeah.
He just started mauling Cruz.
Yeah. He came out there looking somewhat jacked, semi-jacked.
Yeah.
And he took his little hula shirt off. Now, I forgot that he was even on injury.
I didn't even know he was on injury.
Yeah, because they said he was gone for like 7 months.
Yeah.
And so he basically beat Levy Cruz down. He looked at Hideo Itami.
Well, no, he picked up Levy Cruz and yelled at Hideo Itami, "Hit him, kick him, hit him, kick him," something like that.
Yeah. Hideo laid him out. He looked at Hideo, stuck his hand out. He said, "I respect you." And they shook hands, and that was that.
And Itami just kept staring like, the fuck?
Yeah, like, this is odd. Like, what the fuck is going on? Am I being punked?
Who the fuck was that?
Yeah. We haven't seen this guy in 7 months. Get him the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I think the last time we saw Daivari was the Zoe train.
Oh, God.
Anyway, and to end the show off, we had, for the first time ever, was the juggernaut of 205 Live, Buddy Murphy, and Tony Nese taking off Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander.
Yes, this was a pretty good tag team match.
Up until that botch.
Yeah.
Oh, good God.
I am surprised that no one got hurt. Thankfully, no one got hurt, because I don't know what the fuck they were trying to go for, but it was just like Buddy Murphy and Mustafa Ali just fell, and I was just like, oh shit, somebody done got hurt.
I think they were trying to do a double Spanish fly.
Yeah.
And then Murphy just slipped.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know what the fuck was going on, but it didn't look pretty.
At least they recovered nicely off of it.
Yeah.
But anyway, Cedric and Ali got the win with a lumbar check 4054 combo.
Mm-hmm.
Almost said 450. Anyway, we move on to NXT, and we start off with Lorcan and Birch taking on The Mighty.
Yes, NXT was at the University of San Diego, so this was basically like
house show.
A house show, but it was a good house show.
Yeah.
This was a decent way to start the show off. I mean, only Lorcan and Danny Burch. How can you not go wrong with them two? The Mighty, yeah.
They're starting to look more comfortable in their heelish antics.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, before this they were just kind of hapless. And now, they actually have a little bit of a mean streak to them.
Yeah.
Anyway, The Mighty fell because of a roll-up.
Mm-hmm. And afterwards, they laid out Birch and Lorcan basically making a statement. Like, just because you got a roll-up on us doesn't mean we're not going to stand tall. And they stood tall.
Yeah. Next up, we had EC3 taking on Martel Barcel.
The top 1%.
Top 1%.
The top 1%, EC3.
Now
that Martel guy, he's pretty good.
That cat is impressive.
Yeah.
Like, he's got a really good physique. He carries himself real well.
Yes.
And to be honest, and maybe just a little bit insensitive, he looks like that one distinguished second in command of a Nazi platoon in a old war movie.
Yeah. I will say I do like that jacket he's wearing.
Oh, yeah.
I would wear the fuck out of that.
I mean, he looks great.
Yeah.
And if they do go ahead, and if they do NXT Germany, if that's a thing.
Yeah.
Or if it's just a rumor, I feel like he would be a cornerstone along with Walter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who signed with NXT Saturday?
Well, I saw where he signed with the WWE.
Well, he signed with WWE, but when was that? Like last week?
Like I want to say Monday, Tuesday.
Okay.
Because I know I texted you about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, getting back to this match, EC3 coming back after his injury, so to speak, from one Bobby Fish of the Undisputed Era. He won the match, and he said that he is coming for Bobby Fish. He's coming for his leg, he's coming for his hands, he's coming for every part of his body. He's basically aimed to take Bobby Fish out.
Oh, that's going to be a good match.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Speaking good match. Next we had Mia Yim taking on Vanessa Bourne.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a minute to drool over Vanessa Bourne.
Vanessa Bourne is fine.
Oh man.
Mia Yim is fine too. Both of them are fine.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
But with Vanessa Bourne, if looks could kill,
yes,
she could contribute to a graveyard.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yes.
But
and I do follow her on social media.
Oh yeah, I imagine so. Anyway, Mia Yim, she is always impressive.
Yes.
It's fun watching Mia Yim go to work.
Yes. Basically, it was, I guess I'd say this match was like half and half. Half heel, half face.
Yeah.
But Mia Yim did get the win with Eat Defeat.
I'm confused on the naming of that, because at one point they called it Soul Food, which is really fucking clever.
Yeah. Because I know Gail Kim used to use that move before she retired.
Yeah.
So I guess she passed that along to her. I don't know. But anyway, she got the win over Vanessa Bourne, so it was a nice way to get back on the winning track.
Yeah. It was revealed next week that the greatest sports entertainer will be making his presence known on NXT next week.
Yes, the NXT champion, Tommaso Ciampa.
Actually, you said that wrong. That's future MJ goals. Built, bearded, bald. Let's see, what else was announced for next week? Damn, there was something else.
I can't remember. I know Ciampa's going to be back.
Ciampa's going to be back. There was some... God, I hate it when my mind does this. It goes blank for a spell.
I can't remember.
Oh, well.
Anyway,
we'll
find out next week.
Then we closed out the show with a mammoth megaton. I don't know. I was trying to be alliteration.
Basically, a Goliath versus Goliath battle.
Yeah, as Lars Sullivan, good old Rocky Mountain Ugly, took on Keith Lee. Now I remember what I was going to talk about, but we'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, this was a rough match.
Yes, two big bulls, two behemoths going at it. Basically, this was Lars' last match in NXT because he's practically going to the main roster.
Or so we think.
Yeah.
They just keep saying coming soon on both Raw and SmackDown.
Well, they're trying to play it up like he's the hottest free agent on the market, and they're bidding for him.
I mean...
Because they mentioned that on Raw.
Why not? He's not just another monster. He actually can cut a good promo.
Yeah. And he actually plays his role right as a monster. So
yeah. He's got the body of a monster, but the brain of a professor.
Right. Anyway, this was very stiff, very hard-hitting. Both guys, 300 plus pounds, going at each other like I said, two big bulls, but only one bull stood tall, and that was Lars Sullivan.
He won accidentally.
With the freak accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, what I was going to talk about was we got a hype package for Dijakovic. Feast your eyes.
I hate that name. I'm going to tell you now. The video package was great. The name sounds stupid. Now, the Feast Your Eyes stuff, if you don't know who we're talking about Donovan Dijak, as they used to call him in Ring of Honor, because he did that same shit in Ring of Honor.
And at one point in developmental, they called him Chris Dijak. I think Chris is his real name.
Yeah. Anyway, that name sounds trash, but the video package was great.
Maybe they're doing it to... Maybe he did it to protect his name when he goes back to the Indies.
I don't know.
You know, so he wouldn't have a dispute over Dijak.
I have no idea.
Anyway. Next we move on to one of two NXT UKs. And before we jump into these, let me just say, it was a double dose of championship level material.
Yeah, you might as well say that NXT UK was Championship Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because episode 11, we had the UK Championship on the line, and they finally aired the finals of the UK Women's Championship Tournament, and it was fucking bananas.
But before we get into that, let's let's start out with the episode 11. You spelled this name wrong. Anyway, it was the team of Zaya Brookside and the human suplex baby girl Millie McKenzie.
Wait, what did I spell wrong?
Spelled Zaya's name wrong.
Isn't that how it is on the...
No. It's XIA.
Oh.
Anyway. They took on the team of Charlie Morgan and Killer Kelly.
This was a pretty decent match. Millie McKenzie, Suplex Millie as they call her, doing her thing.
The 21st century badass.
Yeah. Just 18 years old. I mean, she's pretty incredible. And then Zaya Brookside, she's, for her size, for her small size, she's pretty decent.
Yeah. And age, too.
Yeah, in age. How old is she? What?
I don't even think she's hit 20 yet.
Yeah, but she can go for her size, like I said. And then the other two, they're okay.
I'm not a big fan of Charlie Morgan yet, but I like Killer Kelly.
Killer Kelly has that look like she would just fucking rip your throat out.
Yeah, she's got that sadistic look to her, but
I do like that.
I'm a fan of hers.
MMA-esque type look they have on her.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But yeah, Zaya and Millie won. That spear by Millie McKenzie though, good God.
Oh my God, that's like Impact, for example, when Taya speared Tessa Blanchard.
Yeah,
she had a pretty good spear, but yeah, that spear she put on who was it, Killer Kelly?
I think it was Charlie Morgan.
Yeah, she had a pretty good spear.
Yeah, she knocked her clean out of her boots.
Yeah.
Anyway, next up we had a towering affair as Eddie Dennis took on Ashton Smith.
Yeah, these two have been at each other's throats for some weeks now.
Not to mention they're the two tallest guys in the division.
Yeah, Eddie Dennis, if you haven't watched him, you need to see him. He's pretty much tall and lanky. And Ashton Smith, he's pretty tall, but he's got
he's more stocky.
He's more stocky, more of a muscular build to him than he does Eddie Dennis.
Oh yeah.
But Eddie Dennis pretty much wiped him out, won the match. What do they call his finisher?
I forget, but he just dropped Ashton Smith on his neck.
Yeah, and Ashton just looked in disgust as he looked up at Eddie Dennis.
He's just like, the fuck hit me?
Yeah, pretty much. And
I mean, well, what were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say he got the win.
Yeah, okay. I feel like the UK division could go very far with Eddie Dennis.
Yeah, I feel like if you give him a few more weeks, that division can definitely be ran around him. Well, it can revolve around him.
Not as long as Pete Dunne's there.
Yeah, because, I mean, Pete Dunne is still the champion, so.
Pete Dunne, and then when Walter comes in. Oh,
yeah.
Fucking forget about it.
Boy.
Next up, we had a match between former tag partners as Muscle Cat Jesus, Sexton Huxley took on the Dream Killer, Joseph Connors.
Yeah, just to backtrack off of this, last week on episode 10, they had a tag team match against Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster.
Was it episode 10 or 9?
I could be wrong. I think it was episode 10.
Either way, it aired last week.
Yeah, well,
let's just cut the difference.
Yeah, just say last week they had a tag team match, some miscommunication. Joseph Connors stuck his hand out. Saxton said, no, I'm not giving you the tag, and basically cost his team the match, and Connors laid him out with the Don't Look Down. And he laid him out this week with the Don't Look Down.
I'm so glad they kept that name.
I love that name.
I didn't like That's All She Wrote.
That sounds stupid as fuck.
I even like when they abbreviate Don't Look Down.
Yeah, the DLD?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's awesome. I like that they're using Joseph Connors.
Yeah.
He's great. They could do big things with him.
Yeah. What do you think of Saxton Huxley, though?
I mean, if we're speaking honestly, he seems like he's going to be the Seth Rollins of the division. And I'm not just saying that because they both have a striking similar look to Jesus, but just... Well, they have the nickname Jesus, I should say.
Yeah. He, I think it's, Nigel McGuinness. He keeps bringing up Bruiser Brody.
Yeah.
He kind of has that look to Bruiser Brody, though.
Yeah, but as far as who looks like Bruiser Brody, we all know who wins that debate.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah, he definitely plays that part well.
Anyway, Joseph Connors got the win with the Don't Look Down. Next up, give this thing 5 stars. We had the NXT UK Championship match. Actually, it's WWE UK Championship, whatever. We had the champion, Pete Dunne, the Bruiserweight, taking on Jordan Devlin, the Irish Ace.
Can I just say, this match is pretty much contender for match of the year. This fucking match was just...
Dios mío, madre de Dios.
Mamma mia. Like, holy shit.
Mama Malua.
This match went, what, a good 25 minutes?
Oh, yeah, but it felt longer.
I mean, the crowd was on their feet in Birmingham. Because, I mean, they did a bunch of tapings there. And it was just like not one person was sitting down for the hometown boy, Pete Dunne. And kudos to Jordan Devlin. He really had a strong showing in this match.
Not to mention, he sold the fuck for Pete Dunne.
Yes.
That elbow towards the end of the match, oh God, it looked like he got hit by a shotgun.
But I tell you what, Pete Dunne really had his work cut out for him this week. Jordan also had his work cut out for him as well, because these two went to war. They went to hell and back, and Pete Dunne is still your NXT UK champion.
Yeah. We move on to episode 12, where we were supposed to start out with Joe Coffey taking on residential jobber / English Tom Hanks, Sid Scala.
Yeah.
But Sid Scala was apparently out on injury.
Yeah.
Did look sharp in that suit, though.
Like I said, I do like that suit, and it looks like something I would wear.
Yeah.
Now, just to backtrack, he went to General Manager Johnny Saint for an opportunity, and unfortunately, he wasn't cleared to wrestle, so he brought out a substitute, and his name is...
Tyler Bate, the big, strong boy.
And Tyler Bate did not look happy because it was episode 9 or 10, they took out Trent Seven. Well, they took him and Trent Seven out in the back.
It was 10, yeah.
Yeah. And so he did not look happy. He did not look pleased. They also went to war.
Yeah.
And, of course, Joe Coffey's boys, his brother Mark and Wolfgang were at ringside. Trent Seven came down to support his boy, his fellow British strong-style brethren.
And when Tyler Bate was in the driver's seat to put the match away, the rest of Team Scotland interfered.
Yeah. And
Trent Seven got into the mix. And also, the Bruiserweight.
Yes. All of British Strong Style came down to the ring to even the odds.
For the first time in WWE.
Yes. And it was pretty cool to see all three of them together. The other team got on the apron, and they just pretty much played their role as the cowardly heels and walked off.
Can you imagine 5 years from now when they do another Shield reunion? We get Shield versus British Strong Style.
Oh, my God. You talking about that crowd's going to be lit?
Oh, yeah. They
Not
are.
a person sitting down in that building.
Oh, no.
Nah.
Anyway, next up we had El Ligero versus generic guy Dan Maloney.
Yeah, we were talking about it last night off air. Dan Maloney looks like he's always constipated.
He's got that... He looks like the default face for 2K19.
He does. He has the default physique of a 2K19 character. Because it's like, you saw him, he just had it... He just had that grizzled face. Like, why are you always mad?
No, man, if you wanted to look tough, you got to do that Ishii walk where you have no neck. Just...
But at least he has a neck.
He's got a neck, but a plain face.
He has a neck, but a constipated face. Now, I call Kyle O'Reilly constipated face, but this dude, Dan Maloney, is a constipated face.
Well, see, I changed my stance on Kyle O'Reilly. He's just got a weird looking face, but he's more expressive.
Yeah.
This Dan Maloney dude, he's got a plain face, but he's...
Look like he just took the world's biggest dump.
Or he's like Malcolm when he goes walking.
Oh my God! Just what got me was when they advertised the match, they had his last name spelled M-A-L, and then on the screen it was M-O-L.
They can't make up their mind what it is.
Somebody messed up. Somebody either misspelled his name or I don't know. Somebody fucked up.
At least they didn't. At least they didn't fuck up like Impact did when they debuted Alberto.
Oh, and they had Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah.
I think he had that on his trunks too.
No, he didn't.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
now.
because he came out in the suit.
Yeah, they pronounced him as Alberto El Patron, but on the screen it said Alberto Del Rio.
The crowd popped. Then when they realized they made their mistake, they had to reshoot it, and the crowd didn't pop as big as they did. And Anyway, El Ligero won. He beat Dan Maloney.
Yeah.
Next up, we moved on to the Bangalore Bad Boy, Amir Jordan, and the Luckian Kenny Williams taking on the Grizzled Young Vets, the team of Mr. Mayhem, James Drake. And you know what? I'm going to let you have this one.
His partner is Liverpool's #1, soon to be recognized as the world's #1, soon to be recognized as the UK's #1, and soon to be recognized as NXT UK's #1, Zach Gibson.
Yes!
Oh, my boy.
Before we get into this match, the crowd were just giving this man hell.
They give him hell every week. Even when he's cutting a promo or when he's just coming out there to kick somebody's ass, they're giving him hell. I mean, soon as they get in the ring, they'll say, if you don't like Gibson, shoes off.
Or if you don't like Gibson, stand up.
Or if you don't like Gibson, sit down.
I mean,
they give this man hell for like no reason, and he just like soaks it all in.
Like we said, he doesn't have X-Pac heat.
Ugh.
He's got endearing heat.
It's like that heat where they hate him, but they love him at the same time.
It's like The Miz.
Yeah.
They like him, they like his work, but as a character, they just have to boo him.
Yeah. And then James Drake is kind of like, he's kind of like the filler. He's just, well, I wouldn't say he's there. It's just like he doesn't get the heat as his partner does.
No, it's just Zach Gibson is more notorious compared to James Drake.
Yeah.
Because the whole, if you don't like Zach Gibson, stand up, sit down, or take your shoes off. Maybe all three.
Yeah, because they really, he does a good job by not letting them get under his skin, especially when he talks to his opponents. He tells them, look, ignore them, fuck them, focus on me. I'm wrestling you, not the fans. Focus on me.
While we're talking about this, I think his best moment so far in the UK division was that first time he cut his promo.
Yeah.
And the crowd were so loud, they dwarfed him.
Yeah, and he told them to turn his mic up, but they didn't turn it up loud enough because the crowd just really rained those boos on him.
I just gotta say, I love the UK fans. They're so great.
Yes.
Anyway, this match was kind of what you expected.
Yeah.
Bunch of flips here, bunch of grizzled young vets, hard-hitting stuff here.
Cut the ring off in half.
Yeah.
Wear the opponent out, and basically they got the win.
Yeah, grizzled young vets got the win with an assisted Ticket to Ride.
Mm-hmm.
So that was great.
I actually like that.
Holy shit! All Ticket to Ride is just Shatter Machine.
Yeah.
I just realized
what they call it, a lawn blower.
Yeah, long blower.
Lawn blower code breaker.
Yeah. Well, no, code breaker's to the face.
Yeah. But anyway, it was a pretty good move.
You know, I would actually love to see Grizzled Young Vets versus Revival. If Revival were booked better.
Yeah. If they were booked better, yeah, I'd be on board. But now,
which that could change come October.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, we ended the show off with NXT UK Women's Championship Tourney Finals.
Yes. General Manager Johnny Saint, he got a big pop. He came out there with the championship. He sat ringside.
With that glorious looking belt.
That belt is sexy as fuck.
Anyway.
That white strap, though.
It was the Mosh Pit Kid, Rhea Ripley, taking on, well, Tony Storm. This was a killer match.
Yes, I really liked how they hyped this up with Tony and Ripley. Yeah. Tony and Rhea. Tony Storm said she's been in the business 9 years, just 22 years old. 22 years. And then Rhea Ripley, 22 years old, only been in the business 5 years. And these girls are wrestling like they've been in the business 20. Now, I know I sound like I'm exaggerating, but these girls can go.
They're wrestling like they're blue chips.
And they're fine as fuck, too. I just had to throw that out there.
Dios mío, madre de Dios.
But anyway, this match was really, for the short time it had, it really delivered.
Oh, yeah. They made the most of their time.
Yes.
Anyway, Rhea Ripley put away Tony Storm with the Riptide.
I like that name.
She is the first ever UK Women's Championship. The champion.
Triple H and Johnny congratulated her. The rest of the roster was on stage, and so like the ring announcer said, pretty much like they said the whole night, they made history. Rhea Ripley made history, as he mentioned, the first ever NXT UK Women's Champion. Nice way to go into the history books.
Now we're just waiting for those first tag team champions.
Yes.
Now, give me a little bit of a spoiler. Are we getting a tag team championship match at Takeover Blackpool?
Yeah, I'm not going to say what teams will face off.
I think I have an idea of how it's going to play out, but
yeah. I'll say this though: the winner between the two teams will become the first ever tag team champions.
Okay, that ruled out one of my predictions for it. I thought it was going to be Strong Style versus Grizzled Young Vets versus Team Scotland. But guess that's not happening.
Yeah.
That would be a killer match, though.
Yeah, but it's two teams against each other. I'll just say that. I won't say who, but I'll say it's, yeah.
Now, going back to NXT, because we glossed over a cringeworthy promo. Just... that backstage promo with Kairi Sane and Io Shirai and
Dakota Kai
was, oh my god, it's so cringy.
Again, it wasn't as cringy as the one on Impact. I know I keep bringing them up a lot, but at least they didn't look in the camera and try to sound all emotional and shit like Kiera Hogan did.
At least they didn't have a Q&A like Raw.
Or This Is Your Life, where the whole building was quiet and you could hear that.
Or Old Day. Anyway, but basically the meat of the segment was Kairi Sane isn't done with
Shayna Baszler.
With Shayna Baszler. Io Shirai says, nobody hurts my best friend because she is my best friend. Then she did this number right here.
She did that. Oh,
yes.
yeah. She did that.
And Dakota Kai was just there for some reason.
Dakota Kai just stood there like, okay, I'm just a third wheel. And then the guy asked her something. They were like, yeah, we want all three. Then Io Shirai was like, all three. Dakota Kai was like, all three. I was like...
I agree with Steve and going in Raw.
I mean, it just sounded so... Not to cut you off, it just sounded so forced.
Yeah.
Kairi Sane was like, I want all three. Io Shirai, all three. Dakota Kai, all three. Like...
But I agree with Steve from going Raw. When Dakota Kai tries to be tough, it doesn't work.
It doesn't.
If she's just there doing her,
yeah,
fantastic, amazing.
Yeah,
like that promo she cut at NXT UK, albeit it was a bit awkward because it kept shoving her towards the camera.
That's what pissed me off about Razzie. He did that to Danny Burch too. It's like he kept turning around like this, talking, and you're just like, look at the camera. Like, dude, get the fuck off. I'm talking. You stand there and hold the mic. Shut the fuck up.
Anyway, but if she is more natural to who she is, it works.
Yeah. This was just very cringeworthy. It just didn't make sense at all.
Now, while we're talking about Io Shirai, let me ask you a question. In your personal opinion, who does a better moonsault? Little Miss Shirai or Ibushi?
Ibushi, he does some good moonsaults. But for the little I've seen of Io Shirai, when she hits those moonsaults, they're on point.
I was going to say Charlotte, but we obviously know that the other two dwarf her as far as...
yeah, Charlotte, when she hits them, it's like she kind of overlaps.
Yeah.
Io Shirai just hits it perfect, like, on point.
Same with Ibushi, though.
Yeah, yes. Especially when he and Kenny Omega, I forgot what they call it. Like when they go to the turnbuckle and do the moonsault thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot what they call it. It's picture perfect.
It is. It's like textbook.
Yes.
Anyway, but yeah, that is our 3 count for the network stuff after a ridiculous ass Raw.
They'll be in Houston this upcoming Monday. I will be watching.
Yeah, and how bad is it going to suck?
I don't know. I mean, being that they've announced some matches for TLC, I'm just dying, sarcasm, to see how this plays out.
I'm just on the Raw side of things. I'm just dying for TLC to be over with.
Yes.
Anyway,
Because I mean, before we end, I will say this: they've got a long few months ahead of them. TLC in a few days, the Royal Rumble to start off the new year as always, Elimination Chamber, Fastlane, and then their biggest show of the year, WrestleMania on April 7th.
yeah.
So if they want to really get on the rebound, they really need to start now. Don't wait till the beginning or towards the end of January. Start now. Because the way the product is just straight shite.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, that's it. As far as what we got coming down the pipeline, we have a preview and review of TLC, that aforementioned pay-per-view.
Yes.
We will be doing, our usual 3 count. We will be introducing the 10.
Yes.
With Rodimus Prime counting down the top 10 MVP quarterbacks of the NFL season.
Yes.
Let's see, what else?
Preview and review of TakeOver Blackpool.
Blackpool.
And Royal Rumble weekend.
Isn't Blackpool on the same weekend as TakeOver? As Royal Rumble?
No, because they're doing that on the 12th, and then UK tapings are on the 13th.
Okay, all right. Go Eagles.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else?
Oh, I don't know if you saw it, but WrestleMania weekend. TakeOver's been moved to a Friday.
Oh, wait, they're doing TakeOver, then they're doing Hall of Fame?
Yeah, because listen, apparently they don't want to compete with New Japan and Ring of Honor because they got their big show on Saturday in Madison Square.
Oh, so, well, okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
Because they moved the TakeOver show to Friday, Hall of Fame Saturday, then WrestleMania that Sunday. Which does make sense, I mean.
Yeah, but that didn't really seem like a Vince move.
That's what came out today as we are recording this. That TakeOver before WrestleMania has been moved to a Friday, so they won't compete with Ring of Honor and New Japan.
Oh, well.
Oh, well.
Anyway, let's see, what else?
The War Machine Requiem / ranting about Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Monday Night Raw, why it sucks.
Godly.
Find out why.
Trust me, we'll tell you why.
I don't have a bald head, so I can't slap my head around like Simon Miller.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, anything catch your eye about vintage? Any new pay-per-views you want to vintage?
Not lately. I'll have to when I find the time I'll go on the network and find a pay-per-view. Cuz it's a few I want to watch, but I'll keep you posted.
Okay. Well, if I can get the 3rd DVD in the set, we could do a vintage review on Bowl, I think 2016. I either have 2016 or 2017.
How many discs is it?
It's like, it's either 3 or 4. I've got night 1 and night 2.
Oh. Okay.
I just need to buy night 3.
Okay.
But yeah. So yeah, that's the show. I am War Machine MJ. That's Rodimus Prime. You've been watching 3 Count. We are the 3 Count Mafia, and we will see you guys next time.
Bam!
Ooh. All right.
Gotta go pick Malcolm up.